Okay.
Hello, Mr. Alex. How are you?
Hello, Carlos. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. I just received your email that you want to have another interview, as we told on the last interview we got almost 3 weeks ago, I think.
Um, yes, I do. And Carlos, I really appreciate you taking time out of your life to allow me to have this time with you, and to present some things and some clarifications, to folks and to things that are being said about me. I've tried very hard to take the high road all along the way here, and it has not been easy. Any of us in this particular field, we catch a lot of crap,
Yeah.
and some of it comes in buckets, some of it comes in truckloads, and then sometimes they just take a 787 and drop it on you. Many of the people around me, my closest friends, have said, take the high road, take the high road. Well, I have, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And I'm going to continue to take the high road, but I'm no longer going to shut up.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. So before we get into any of that, and I address my critics and their past, I want to give you some new information that I was given 3.5 weeks ago.
Okay.
In a telepathic contact with Morrison, I will share with you what I can share with you.
Okay.
With the folks. As you are aware, there's a lot of information coming out from many different sources about the arrest of many criminal bankers, people of high position that are resigning left and right. Many are in the banking industry. And we are being told that this is a really positive thing, which it is, that the white hats, the good guys, are finally winning, and the bad guys are backing up.
Okay.
I myself have had this belief system and have believed that they were in fact backing up, and they are. Mm-hmm. Things have been going on off-world as well as on planet as evidence of this.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was told by Morrison 3.5 weeks ago that the core group of this, of the dark side, we call it many names: the Illuminati, the powers that be, the royal families, the royal bloodline, the reptilians, etc., whatever you want to call them, whatever label we have for them, they are not done. They are not over yet. This war is nowhere near being completed.
Okay.
Okay? And what he told me was that what we see on the surface, they are feigning it. They are faking that they're really, really wounded. And what they're doing is they are eliminating 3 levels of corporate management of the world, that they are eliminating it because it's weak. They cannot depend on it. What they are basically do is getting rid of their own rats, so that when they implement a one world government and a global currency, these guys will not be a part of the management team.
Whoa.
That's who we see getting arrested. But this is not over. Not at all.
Yeah.
And a lot of things are going on. There is literally a war going on around the earth and in the earth. And what I mean by that is in the oceans, etc. Much of the information we're getting is accurate, but it's not the whole story. Okay?
Okay.
Now, to add to that, he also said that a series of things, actions, would be occurring between now and the middle of July of this year.
Okay.
And these events are designed to empower humanity.
Whoa.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, the reason for this, I said, well, what are they? He said, I can't share that with you yet because they're still being developed.
Okay.
But the purpose of developing these actions to empower us, because you remember, they've said this all along, whatever actions they have to take, they have to empower us, because we ultimately have to take responsibility for ourselves.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because babysitting never works.
Mm-hmm.
He said that the purpose for this is that when we finally meet them, meaning extraterrestrials, we will not worship them.
Okay.
Because we can't. We cannot worship them. That will only make things worse.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be a huge setback. The point of the matter is, when this finally comes down, when all the events come down related to the book of Revelations,
Mm-hmm.
and we are going to have to play it out because it's been placed into the consciousness of humanity for 1,500 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to have to play it out, and we're going to play it out. Things are going to occur. Now, that will play this thing out. And the lesson at the end of all of this to humanity is we are creators. We create physicality with our thought and with our emotions. That's how powerful we are, and that's why they have been manipulating us, these regressive groups, for so long. They have been hiding within our physicality, within our creation of our physicality. They have been hiding within it. And they have been manipulating us for thousands and thousands of years so that they would have a place to hide.
Yeah.
Well, all of this is coming to fruition, and as our energy frequency increases, as we approach the galactic plane, and we enter the plasma cloud, the vibration is rising so that the dimensional field in which they've been hiding is becoming exposed.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be able to hide anymore. But we need to know clearly the reality of the fact that we've been hiding them without our knowledge. Okay? We have been hiding them. They have been hiding behind us without us knowing it. And we need to know why, and we need to know how. Because we are creators. Physical, we create physicality. Now, I know this is not new to many people, but just how deep this rabbit hole goes is going to be shocking because it's coming out. It's being exposed very, very quickly.
Yeah.
So, yesterday on a website called All American Gold, a friend of mine said you need to listen to these 3 interviews. Now, you can find these on YouTube.
Okay.
And what you'd want to do is you want to look up Steve, Steve, Quayle. I believe it's Quayle, February 22nd, 2012, with Tom, Tom, Horn, Horn.
Okay.
And this is a 3.5, almost 4-hour interview.
Whoa.
Regarding what's happening on a spiritual level, pretty much focused just around the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Carlos, I was born and raised a Catholic.
Yeah.
I've researched this for a long, long time. Was given information from my dad as a kid about a book called The Vatican Empire, about how they owned how we were really just a corporation, Mass as a church.
Mm-hmm.
I've also shared on the radio shows that we did with Robert Stanley, which are now gone, about the three trusts that the Catholic Church had set up, basically declaring themselves the owner of the earth, the owner of us, and the owner of our souls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Get ready. Now, I've been exposed to a lot of information, but folks,
Okay.
this information, these interviews blew me away about what's going on a spiritual level, not only with the church but with humanity, and how the fulfillment of literally the book of Revelations is being played out. You must. This is your homework. Listen to these 4 hours.
Okay.
Okay?
We will.
It gives you another piece of the puzzle, and it is clear that we're going to have to play this out. But what you want to do is you want to know who all the characters are, who's the cast, who's playing their roles. Okay? And it's shocking. It is absolutely shocking, the information that's going on. I don't know how the Vatican's going to be dealt with. It might be that this thing needs to be played out because it's clear, and Bob Stanley talked about this with the Archons.
Mm-hmm.
It is clear that there's just not a physical war going on within our dimension, but a multi-dimensional war going on. And they are not only coming in and out of our physicality, but they are also possessing human beings.
Well.
And, to whoever listens to this, especially Catholics and Christians, I'm telling you, prepare yourself for the information that's on this 4-hour interview. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. So, having said that, having bringing you up to date with new information about what's going on, and again, I don't know the series of events that are going on. He also said, Morrison, and this interview that I listened to yesterday also touched on the potential for it. Morrison also said that what's going to happen is that when this thing goes down, that the world government, after creating the world government in a single currency, that they were going to introduce us to the demigods. Now, the demigods are the ones who are part us and part not us. Now, what am I talking about? If you go back to Greek mythology and Roman mythology, there were the gods,
Mm-hmm.
who we now know as the Anunnaki, the Pleiadians, probably the Plagiarians. They left half-breeds here. They had children with Earth women.
Well.
But because they weren't full-blooded, they were left here.